What's happening, guys? Welcome back to episode 23 of the walkthrough, picking up from the Dragon Barracks. So before we closed out, we did recommend you guys buy a bunch of fire bombs, as this is going to help us out quite a bit dealing with what we're up against. So moving forward, now that we've knocked out all the optional content, we're ready to progress this up. So at the end of last episode, if you go up to the bridge, we dropped down to the right, got all of our upgrades and all of our items. So this time what we want to do is drop to the left. Now there's one enemy up top you cannot get to. He's spamming undead Arnetrons. And you are going to have to be super aggressive doing what we're doing. But I think it's going to be more beneficial to run right into danger. Otherwise, you're going to get your blocking, you're going to get your healing blocked. And that's worse. That's much worse. At least coming up here, we can at least be aggressive to these enemies, hopefully. Not good. But, we'll at least have our healing. I think that's a bigger thing. We could always roll out of the way, or, heal through whatever damage they offer. Thank you. No, you do not. So that's the guy that was up top. Sometimes he ends up falling. Now you notice we did switch up our weapons. Just to talk about this for a second, as we haven't brought it up in a while. So we recommended two weapons for the build, either the Profane Greatsword, using quality build, right? So that's a solid choice, and that is our main weapon. But the secondary choice was the Lothric Greatsword. So I have this almost fully upgraded at plus 9, as you see, physical 230 plus 204 using the heavy infusion, and then 165 in lightning. Actually does more damage than the weapon we recommended. Both of them are solid choices that will carry you through the game, but we've mainly just been sticking with the one, so I did want to show off other stuff, right? But yeah, this weapon's awesome, especially if you like that, the lightning effect. Now, if this guy buffs up, you're in big trouble. Yep, look at that damage. Oh god, he got another quick one off. He's a quick boy. Oh, where's our backstab, prick? We can do that too. Alright. We'll go ahead and clear these guys out. Now, this is not something you have to do. We're just trying to clear our areas in full, as we typically do. Now, hopefully you don't use as much healing as I just have, because all the trouble we're going to face is up ahead, So try to be cautious. This area can be a bit rough. Now, moving forward, we're going to go on up, grab your large soul here, go all the way out. Pick up your Fraud Gem. Then going down, we have another Irritable Knight. These are the guys that do Frostbite. It's not your last one, it is your second to last one. This guy's beefy, he's really tough. He comes right in for your neck, so just be careful. I thought our hit was still there. We might even have to go rest after this. Hoping not, but kind of getting into it here. Hurry up. Thank you. Quickly. There we go. So once you take him out, you're going to get the Irritable Rapier. So that's going to be a Rapier that actually does Frostbite now. Now we got that. There's going to be multiple chests, so... Titanite Scales. You got a pretty cool shield with that one. I think it looks quite well, too. I like the way it looks. One over here for Twinkling. And then right behind. Like, I know there's a fourth chest here somewhere. Really easy to miss about 2 of these. I've done it myself. It's not hard to do. Alright, now, I wouldn't, if you have not been through the game, I do not recommend moving forward with 4 heals. I don't have a choice, so that's what we got. We'll just play it cautious. Now, as soon as you get to this next room, what you're going to do is ignore everything and just run up, because these guys are spamming firebombs at you. Now, we do need to get the items under us, but this is going to allow us to really thin the herd here. Yep, gotta be cautious. You. Now everything to the right we're going to ignore for the time being. And so we want to just do a loop around and get rid of all this bullshit. You guys are coming for you quick. Better believe. Alright, now there's no one left. Well, we got him. He should come to us. There's no one left throwing firebombs, is what I was trying to say. guy gonna come for us or what? It's okay. Let's get back down. Take him. So as mentioned, you're just doing a solid loop. So these are all explosive barrels. Those guys are throwing fire bombs. So if you go in and they get on you, you're gonna be in trouble. Thank you. And that should about catch us up. Now this is pretty much the last thing we want to do, so we're still going to ignore this. Instead, this time, we're going to go on down. Go out to the left. Well, let's get rid of the dragon first. Usually I'll go to the left and get some items we really, really want. So this guy can throw curse everywhere at you. Everywhere. So this is where fire bombs are coming to play. But you want to try to keep your distance, man, because if he gets that curse off on you, you're just dead. You know, that's all there is to it. You're dead. Am I missing here? You have to hit him first? You should have came to life. Okay. Now he's gonna throw that curse out, so try to get back. No, he got us. He got us. Not good. There you go. That's what one of fire bombs for. It makes life so much easier, guys. So much easier. Alright, so now that you have that, you can go outside here. And you could have done this before, to be completely honest. You could have. I just think it's safer because the dragon's still like on this corner over here. In fact, these items are going to be under him. Now we're going to do another big loop around here to get everything on the outside. Remember, we couldn't get those items before, so drop on down. There should have been... Where is it? Oh, right here. So there should have been a body with the item there. So your lightning urn. This guy seems dead, but the fact of the matter is there's like the abyss growing out of him too, but that's up in another section that we have yet to get to. Alright, so with all that caught up, we can head back in. This time just go up to the right. That way we could run on up. So there's going to be a mimic over here. There's also going to be a lot of enemies. So this, if you go right into the left, that's a lever to open up your next area. So that gate you saw out there. So we'll pull that over here on the ledge. Pick up your soul. Now just get ready to really go at it with a lot of guys. We have like no healing. I'm still pushing my luck, but I do feel like this is very possible. Now when you're in here, if there's any enemies near that chest, don't swing at them. Maybe with a thrust attack, but if you hit that chest before you get all these guys down, there's a chance that you're gonna have a really bad time. So with that, I do believe we're good to go. So like I said, hit him with the thrust, cool. Now this is one of those crawlers. So you can lunge at you, spit shit at you. It's always a good time. And there you are. Nice reward too. 3 Titanite scales. So we are able to get our first weapon fully maxed out at this point. Like I said, if you were using the frostbite sword, if you were using, and we are done. So we just got a homeward bow now. So let's go on back to the shrine. But yeah, if you're using the Frostbite Sword, using a few Ultra Great Swords, something that can be upgraded with Twinkling Titanite, you guys could have had a maxed out weapon before. So talking about trophies, you have to bring a regular weapon to plus 10 for that trophy. If you max out a boss weapon, it actually doesn't count towards the trophy because it doesn't register. It has to be a plus 10 weapon. So for all your trophies, if you're using boss weapons, just keep in mind, you need to at least fully upgrade a regular weapon as well. I do feel like this is really important to mention. With that being said, now we can get that to plus 4 and plus 5. We have our first maxed out weapon. I get 36 400s. We have enough. And we'll switch back. I just want to show that off. We'll have two weapons swap back and forth between, you know. Both of them are really good. I know we're both 30, yep. So 7 more level strength of stuff. It's going to be nice. So with that caught up, we might want to grab a few more fire. Oh, we don't have enough. We'll push our luck. We have pyromancies we could use as well. So now we'll be jumping back to the dragon barracks. We'll actually be able to move forward. So you just got like a little section left, and then, you know, the next main boss. So heading on up, we could just run straight across the bridge. Now, this next area is a pain in the ass. A lot of hidden items, a lot of missable stuff. Like, it's so easy to miss items moving forward. What are we looking at? So 294 plus 244 in scaling. With our stats, our weapon, we're looking good. So as soon as you get up to the gate, what we're going to want to do is rush him down as fast as possible. Now the guy down the stairs will usually come first. Hopefully it's not two at once. If it is, just, you know, back him up. You don't want him getting that healing. I'd rather have to, you know, deal with him a little bit longer than him get healed. Otherwise we're deep shit. I just need one hit, dude. I just need one hit. Oh shit, it's not a kill. Damn, there's some good drops there. Let's switch up our helm. I love that helm. It seems simple, you just get it from a drop, but it's so nice looking in my opinion. Where are you? Right here. 67s, we're looking good. Yeah, it's a nasty helm, I love it. See, it seems simplistic, but it's really nice. So over here on the left, we can replace one of our embers. Then we're going to go to the right for one more guy. This guy, I hate the guys with a spear. That's what he is. He got the great shield. It's just a huge hassle. Alright, don't worry about the right side. There's no, you know, no items or anything to get. So we're going to go on up to the left. And this is going to take you out. So you are going to have to do a few loops around to get all the stuff. So straight ahead your boss. You have a couple things over here to get, a couple things over here to get, and that's really it. Although it's more than you might suspect. And you can summon there if you feel like you need to. There's no one here to fight. This won't come until a few episodes. In fact, not until after we do the Grand Archives. That's just a shortcut to like one of the final bosses of the game. Just to connect all the areas, but there's nothing we can do with it right now. So rusted coin. Upgrades. Then we can go outside for a casting weapon and then a ring. It's crazy too because you got the first version of this ring way at the start. The blue tear stone from a quest and the red tear stone's just here. Isn't that crazy? Because they're like early game rings. They're not even really that great. Now we want to drop out this. Drop on down. And there you go. Cathia's chime. There's a few chimes that are pretty decent. That, you know, kind of stand out. That's one of them. I mean, it's a late game casting weapon, right? I say casting weapon because I'm by either a staff or miracles. So there's a few that really stand out. That's one of them because, like I said, it's late game, so it's really powerful. But there's one coming up that's more for a really obscure builds like Ant Faith. That's not really pyromancy, right? You have pyromancy, which is Ant Faith, but you have other builds that could be Ant Faith, just taking advantage of certain you know, dark spells, using dark more than fire. And those chimes you find are really good for that. So going on up, use your sunlight metal. We're going to send this down, but we're not going to take it. That just brings you back down to the start. It works as a really, really big shortcut. Now, while we do want to go down, first we're going to do a loop to knock everything else out here. This, you know, this last building. And you could go down first and loop back around. I think this is much easier. So as soon as we go up, we're going to go to the left. Get your chunk. Now, there's going to be 2 archers and a big guy with a great axe. So you might want to just try to rush these guys down. Yeah, that's how you get in trouble. Shit ain't lining up for you. No! Yeah, isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Right at the end. Every time. I want to say we can just run past all this if this happens to you. Usually, I don't think it's that hard to get the whole area done in one loop, but if it does, it's been a long time since it got killed. You know, in this section, I'm pretty sure we could run past everybody and they won't follow us. They could, so don't hold me to it. We're just going to have to see. So I don't know. Although I used to get killed here a lot, it's been a while. That's just a really tough spot, you know. That's a really tough spot there. Not saying they won't hit you on the way up. I don't think they'll follow you. That's the big thing. If they do, it should be more than one guy. Since we do have a good amount of embers, we'll go ahead and ember up for the extra health. But yeah, this part's just kind of shitty. The enemies didn't even kill us, it was the fall. But they could have easily killed us too, because like I said, you have 2 archers, and if they're staggering attacks on you guys, you see what I'm saying? Maybe let him jump, then go for him, go for him. Yeah, that's probably what you should do. Dodge through his attack, right? And then put them down, because they're just one shot, guys. You can go around if you want, there's nothing there. So we're going to drop. This guy's pretty beefy, but we're not ready for him just yet, as we want to get the ring. Knight's Ring adds 5 levels to strength. It's really nice, you know, because if you wanted to like go 50 strength in a pure strength build, or 60, you just go up to like 45, and there you go. So he'll usually start with buffing his weapon. That gives you plenty of time to hopefully get a charged heavy, not a stupid jump attack, but it is what it is. Thank you. That way we can just lock them down. Lock them down. Couple more Titanite scales. Another trophy for joining another covenant. No. Sorry. This is where you strengthen your ties with the Sunlight Covenant. You join the Sunlight Covenant back in the Undead Settlement. That is my fault. But you do get the gesture you need for your platinum. And when you work towards those covenant items, because at the end of the game you get to farm for all your covenants, so you can get the last rings and spells. So that's where you're going to do that at. So sorry. I knew I was going to fuck up and say the wrong thing there. Because every other time you find an altar, you know, you join those covenants. Besides that one. Now, from here, you might be able to pull this off. Usually you got to go down, roll into this room, and then deal with them. But, make sure you don't go off. Okay. Oh, we didn't really have many spares. We should have just enough, bro. I think one is spared. Takes a lot of damage from falling. A lot. But, get them out the way. You get your chunk, get your ember, and he's down. That's also gonna get your soul. Now, Arena's quest, we're gonna get the last spellbook right here for her. Now, this is a Mimi. Thank you. That was risky. I should have equipped it. It's been a while since we used this method, so felt like a good time. Thank you. So this is gonna get you such a good faith weapon. So this weapon is really worth a mention, despite whatever your build is. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't care what your build is, you could use this to your advantage, and that's because where you are. So Sunlight Straight Sword. So if you were to read about this skill, Oath of Sunlight, raise the sword aloft and praising the sun to boost attack and damage absorption. So 16 levels in faith, 12. So it could go with the quality build. For us, would be a fantastic offhand weapon, but you gotta at least have 16 in faith. However, you could just use this, right? Switch over to that, buff yourself, get more damage boost, and then switch back to the weapon you want to use. Or you could just use it, you know, that's good too. Then right over here is going to be your last spell book, so we can go ahead and knock out Arena's quest. Now you are all done here, guys. You're completely done besides the main boss. Now, this is where you fuck up Arena's quest if you don't know any better. If you were to take that boss out right now before doing her quest is fucked up. If you were to buy one dark spell from her quest is fucked up. So, it's, you know what I mean? It's really touchy, and this is why you have to be so careful with this game. So with that being said, what we're going to do is go ahead and wrap her quest up. I'm going to put it in this episode as it makes sense to do so. You don't really have a choice. So give Divine Tome. I'm hoping we have enough souls to pull it off. Damn, I don't know. We only need the light spells. So 10,000, 5,000, 8,000. Yeah, we have enough. So all light spells are required. If you one of these dark spells. Now, if you're doing a faith build and you're like, well, damn, I want dark spells, or I might do a faith build going into the DLC after we get to the main game, right? She's going to drop all these back to you guys, so don't even worry about it. You can still get them.
Thank you.
But we do need to go ahead and, you know, complete her quest.
These, of course, only the little... Thank you, ever made.
Alright. Which I don't think you have to complete her quest right now. Not in that sense. It's more of turning in that book and buying all the light spells before it's too late. Let's see if we can do it yet. Because I know after this boss, if you have not... I don't know if it's wrapped... I gotta check my notes. Hold on, let me read this because I don't know if it's wrapped up the quest or if it's just that step of it. Give me 1 second, guys. You go, kidnapper. Okay, that was the bad ending, yeah. So, if you buy one dark spell by this point, Egon's going to kidnap her, move her over to the Gundyr boss battle. Alright, so just make sure you exhaust your dialogue. We'll wrap this up next episode then.
Oh, do you wish... These, of course...
Okay,
Thank
we're
you,
good.
Everson.
Yeah, it wasn't the quest, it was the step. That's my fault. Like I said, it's really particular, so, gotta be careful with it. But with that being said, now we're ready for the boss. Now, Dragon Barracks, if you guys want to take the guys out along the way, you can. Would not recommend doing so. You want to save your heroes for this fight. It's a very tough fight. So this is going to be a two-phase boss fight. Dragon armor. This guy gave me more trouble than almost any boss, I will say this. So he's got the biggest great shield you've ever seen. And he will protect himself a lot. And he's got a colossal great axe buffed with lightning in the other hand. He has one move that's a one-shot. If he grabs the halberd with both hands and does an overhead slam with a big lightning burst, that's a one-shot. So you got to watch out for that. One of the embers here. But the main gist of this is he's just doing a bunch of wide swipes. He might try to smack you with his shield, and he's very quick, and usually 2, 3, even 4 hit combos at times. So the main gist of this is we're just waiting for our moment. We're dodging all his hits. We're hitting him with one heavy attack, not charged, really quick, backing up. So you're focused on dodging, just one hit at a time, back up. You try to really lay into this guy, you'll pay for it. Now, if you see a big opening, charge heavy, for sure. Also, even though he does lightning damage, this weapon does better. For whatever reason, don't know why, but this weapon seems to do more damage. So, like I said, big windows to a charge heavy. Other than that, remember the overhead is going to put you in one-shot position, so be careful to dodge through that. And you're just being cautious. Dodging is more important than anything else in this fight. Alright. It did put a spat wrong. We don't want that. I think you could summon, use that summon back there you guys saw earlier for this fight, but I don't know. Once you learn that, hey, I don't want to swing too much, I want to dodge, you know, that's what it is. Oh, and I forgot to mention, phase 2, these dragons are going to be blowing spells at you. That's the only real difference. You just got to be cautious. Now, that was a big opening, so with that opening, we was able to get a charge heavy. Typically, it's just quick heavy attack, just like that. Now, if he goes down, we're already in phase 2. Holy shit. Now, wait for it. Now. Yep. Oh, he's gonna kill it. Yeah. It does take, I told you. One mistake, that's really all it takes. Now, you notice in phase 2, these dragons, they're going to be blowing spells, but almost all the time, I swear to God, if it goes right for you, you could probably put this guy down before they even do that. Usually by the time they do that, it's like at the very end of the fight for me. Like, I beat him, you know, he's dead, I'm getting the rewards, and then they start blowing spells. Yeah, you got to be cautious here, you got to be careful here. So I said, quick swipes, guys. Don't do charged heavies. It's better to play it safe, let the fight last a little bit longer, than it is to get hit even once by this guy. I was planning on saving for next episode. Just in case it took us multiple attempts, which it very well may. And it really, it's not even as hard as I thought. It's just kind of like what I said about Dancer over Real Valley, where I didn't think it was a hard fight. She just does so much damage that it's like you make one mistake, you're fucked, right? And the same thing's going on here. So it's not that he's hard moveset-wise. It's just you can't make mistakes, like, at all. Yeah, there's the shield. And it's hard to see his shield bashes, too. You see that? They just come so quick. 2, 3. Now that was a decent opening. Sometimes I'm okay with taking damage if it means I can land a big hit. 1, 2. Oh, he tripled up. He doesn't always. Grab it. Quickly. Get out. Oh, shit. Yep. So you don't have long there. Oh, you're a bitch for that dragon armor. It's okay. Trying to get it full health so we can try to survive here. But yeah, he's not a big fan of healing. So one shot, boom. That was close, but we did pull it off. It's hard to get away from it. Very hard to get away from it. So there's the dragon. Just watch him. Not gonna let me go. No. It was a risk I was willing to take. Really bad to fight him near the stairs, too. Yeah, really bad to fight him near those stairs, guys. So I said, I wanted to say this next episode, make sure we have the time. Well, how long have we been going? It's only at 30 minutes. We're actually above the schedule anyway, so. I hate the fucking run back, though. I fucking hate the run back. You gotta go through so many guys, you know. We'll get him. Told you, he just does so much damage. On top of that, he's not a fan of healing. He does not like you to heal, which I get. I respect it. I don't like people to heal either when I'm trying to kill them. But, you know, on our side of the coin, it's not cool. I got the Lloyd's ring on too, so if we stay at full health, we get that damage boost. Now remember, sometimes you can follow up with that. Don't get too comfortable with that only being one hit. It's okay. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Get back. You have a brief window to get off damage, but just remember, it's brief. No! I knew it. Yes, okay, so that's another thing that I'm learning. I usually don't get caught that much. I mean, I do. It usually takes me about 3 attempts to get past this guy. This is our 4th. When you are low on health, and your first instinct is to get back and heal, it's actually safer, no matter what your health is, to let him keep attacking, dodge through it, and wait on a bigger window. That's scary, I know it is, but it's safer. It sounds crazy as fuck, because he's coming at you like a madman. This weapon does more damage, but I feel like I'm more comfortable with ours. Doesn't, I mean, the moveset's the same. I just like it better. We're gonna have a little bit less damage. That's okay. I'm okay with it. One thing about boss weapons is you can't infuse them, meaning you can't even use like physical infusions, right? To get more strip scaling or anything. If we could, this weapon would probably be better. But it's also fully upgraded. Big hit. Remember, he can follow up. Even though we have plenty of health, you know, play it safe. Maybe this weapon is doing better. I swore the lightning usually does. I mean, they both do great damage. It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? So wait for him to attack, then heal. 2. Okay. Roll right into it, didn't we? Any closer, though, you know, we would have got killed. We started running around. You will hear the dragons. You know, if you listen to it. Run away. You will make the distance to be okay. Can't find him. Don't do it. Getting close, not there yet. Damn it. Look at his health. Yep. I do not know what my deal is today, guys. That was a phenomenal run, too. I wouldn't call it phenomenal, but it's the best one we've had. That's at 35 minutes. Uh-huh. See, sometimes it's not about damage, right? Not about more damage. I mean, because if you don't learn his moveset, you're not beating him at the end of the day. You're just not doing it. I'm not even going to waste another ember here. Stop keeping that distance. Yeah, that just comes out of nowhere so fast. I mean, you see it, but it just comes out quicker than you would think. Alright, big slash. Remember, be patient on this one sometimes because you can definitely panic and dodge too early, then you're just rolling right into it. Now if you circle around him, just like we did here, you really have to dodge that move. Quick hits. You can't always do a charged heavy. You can a lot of times, but not always. Alright, you hear the sound cue from the dragon, so just run away. Run away. Run away. Damn it. I was hoping to double dodge through it. Just walk around. You don't even have to dodge there, right? That's where you get that big charge set. And there we go. We just played through his moveset. So even though I've, beat this fight 1,000 times, we're still learning here. It's kind of cool we got to learn together and figure a few more, a few more openings to take him down. So yeah, a little inconvenient. Took, 4 or 5 attempts, but it is what it is. Tough fight with this damage output. Probably underestimated him a bit. Because like I said, usually I'll get him, second or third. Which really, it's not bad. So I told you guys, like, he's tough. I don't think he's one of the hardest ones, but he did kill me more than any boss my first playthrough, but I wasn't understanding a lot about it. That's the other thing.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flame.
Alright, so before we close on out, this you can get his weapon or his great shield. Great shield, it's a great shield, right? It's really cool, but 26 pounds, 38 strength. New game plus, maybe you'll have the vitality, health, stamina, and strength. This is worth talking about. It is a strength weapon that we could use very soon, and it is really, it's powerful. It's so powerful. It comes at over 300 on upgrade. I'll put put it like that. It's one of the best weapons in the game. It's probably got the highest damage of every weapon in the game. Built-in lightning, physical, 40 strength requirement, and it's really big, but it's not at the same time. Like, you could one-hand this colossal weapon, and it makes sense. Like, it's not super beefy like that. So I do believe that's worth a pickup. In fact, let's show it off, because the special attack is that one-shot ability he was using. It's very impressive. This melted the last boss of the game for me. Absolutely melted him. Look at that. So it's big, but it's not like crazy to use it one-handed. I don't know if we can use the special attack yet. Boom. So very, very powerful, and we could put on a ring and use that right now. But it gets faith scaling too, so strength faith, really good for it. Now either way, now that we have that done, we can go pick up with her quest. So I was going to save it for next episode at this point, but let's go ahead and knock it out because it just takes 2 seconds. So what you're going to do is go back to the tower. So this is what I was trying to tell you guys. You have to buy all the spells before that boss, and then after the boss triggers the end of the quest. That's what I was, had to look over my notes to confer. But yeah, if you don't buy the rest of her light spells, you're done for. You're going to be locked out. In fact, I had it go bad before where I couldn't do the bad ending or the good ending. I didn't buy any dark spells, and then I took up that boss before I turned to the book. So I was locked out of all the endings. I mean, what's worse than getting the bad ending? Not getting one at all, right? So it's very specific how you have to do this. Now, when it comes to her quest, we're going to go on over here.
Oh, let's.
You know, she's now became a fire keeper. We've influenced her by the light, so she became a fire keeper. Now that we're here, Deep Braille Divine Tome, we got that back. Londor Braille Divine Tome. So you don't lose the dark spells, and that's what I was saying to you guys. So you have gotten her happy ending. Now there's one last thing we need to do. So we want to rest. Not yet. Okay. We get Egon. We're supposed to still be able to get his set with the good ending, but we'll check back later. I think we have to progress the story a little bit more. But yeah, there's another step where it was his job to guard her, so now she became a fire keeper. She took the path of light. His job is done, so I think he killed himself. Then he'll be able to get his weapon and his armor and all that stuff. Then you go back to her wearing his gauntlets, and you'll get some items. So we'll cover that. But like I said, I think you have to progress a bit more. So what we're going to do instead, we've covered the boss soul, we've covered everything there is to cover up to this point. So dragonslayer armor. Next episode will be the Grand Archives. Now, Grand Archives is a 2-parter. But after gets you the second to the last boss in the game. So like I said, we're making some real progression. So we have the Grand Archives, 2 optional areas, end of the game. That simple. Now from Dragon Armor, we're going to go ahead and work our way to the Grand Archives because there are items to get. So over here to the right and go on down the stairs. Get your chunk there. And there's your bonfire at the Grand Archives. And then it's going to be locked, but the guy that gives you the key is literally right here. It's guaranteed. It's not quest related. Gothard Twin Swords, and that wraps us up. Alright, so with that, another quest down. Going through the Grand Archives will wrap up Grey Rat's quest. It's going to wrap up Uria's quest. It's going to wrap up the guy we're buying all the spells from. His quest. So we are getting to that point where we're going to wrap everything up and then start working towards our ending. So you guys stay tuned. Please subscribe for more walkthrough, and we'll catch you back here shortly.